Yes, 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 my name is Kinetik, and you know who I am. I am your favorite MC. I am the PR executive. I am the wordplay wizard. I am the curry goat connoisseur, and I am back for the second episode of Kinetik TV. Now, first of all, I need to thank you guys for tuning into the first episode. Over 3,000 of you listen to me talk for 12 minutes. Now, I don't know if you know how big that is, but that's big, because 12 minutes of me talking ain't easy, because I talk a lot, as you can already gather. 12 minutes, I appreciate it. I want to thank each and every one of you, the people who shared it on their Facebook profiles. People were tweeting about it. I got phone calls, I got texts. I really, really, really do appreciate you, and thank you for watching. Like I mentioned in part one, I gave an invitation to people to say, listen, send me in your topics, send me in your ideas. What do you want me to discuss on Kinetik TV? Everybody wanted to know my opinion on the state of affairs in wrestling. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about something that's big, something that's really important. It's bigger than the economy. It's bigger than the lack of jobs. This is serious business. We need to talk about the WWE Hall of Fame. And I want to express my thoughts and my opinions on the people I think should be in the class of 2012, or who should be in the Hall of Fame already and aren't in it for whatever reason. Before we get into the subject, I'm just going to get changed, I'm going to get into my wrestling gear, I'm going to get my thing together, and I'll be right back, and we can chop it up about the Hall of Fame, alright? Wait there. Yeah! What's up? Yeah! Don't be afraid. Don't be alarmed. This isn't anything sexual. This isn't anything violent. Before we talk about the WWE Hall of Fame, I had to go and get ready, put my mask on and get into the wrestling frame of mind. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the meat of the matter, right? Who should be in the Hall of Fame that isn't? For me personally, as a wrestling fan, I've been watching wrestling for 20 years, so I've seen it all, right? Who should be in the Hall of Fame that isn't in the Hall of Fame? Number one, Jake the Snake Roberts. Why should Jake the Snake Roberts be in the WWE Hall of Fame? First of all, this guy was so unique. He brought a snake to the ring. When he beat someone, he would get a 15-foot python, put it all over the person would be all doing all of this, and foam will be coming out of their mouth. The person just looked, you thought the person was gonna die. Why else should Jake the Snake be in the WWE Hall of Fame? Jake the Snake, right, was a master of ring psychology. What is ring psychology, might you ask? Ring psychology is Jake the Snake, whether he was a good guy, whether he was a bad guy, he knew how to make the people react. He knew how to make you cheer for him. He knew how to make you boo him. He was a master of ring psychology. Why else should Jake the Snake be in the Hall of Fame? Jake the Snake was one of the best talkers in wrestling history. I will never forget the day Jake the Snake grabbed Miss Elizabeth by her hair. He pulled her up off the ground and slapped her in the face. Now don't get me wrong now. I am not condoning violence against women. However, back then, that was K.I.N.E.T.I.K to slap a woman in the ring. Jake the Snake was a legend. Jake the Snake, believe it or not, in his time in the WWF and WCW, spanning 7-8 years, never won a single championship. However, his impact on the business, he didn't need to win a championship. Jake the Snake never won a belt, but he was a staple in the WWE. The man created the DDT. I know kids who get DDT'd by their parents for bad behavior. And that was all because of Jake the Snake. He created it. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame. My number 2 candidate for entry into the Hall of Fame is no other than my man, Ravishing Rick Rude. Why should Rick Rude be in the Hall of Fame? In the 80s and the 90s, Rick Rude was one of the best bad guys in the business, right? This man would come to the ring, yeah? He'd hold the mic and he would insult everybody. He would call you a bozo. He would say you're fat. he would say you're sweaty, and you know, some of you thinking, well, you know, that's not really much of an insult. You've got to remember, you know, back in 1990, 1991, those were some of the worst things you could ever say. The people respected him as a wrestler, but as a character, they hated him. He was one of the best bad guys because he made people boo him. Why else should Rick Rude be in the Hall of Fame? Rick Rude was a technician. He was a technical wrestler. He was a storyteller in the ring. I don't think he gets enough credit for that. If you don't believe me about the quality of Rick Rude in the ring, you need to check out some of his matches with Ricky Steamboat. You need to check out some of his matches with Dustin Rhodes. Why else should Rick Rude be in the Hall of Fame? Let me tell you what this man used to do. After his matches, he would go outside the ring, grab a woman, and kiss her. He was the biggest pimp before Pimp C, before Too Short. The fact that he would go and kiss another man's woman after the match, it was so ignorant, it was so chauvinistic, but I loved it. Rick Rude should be in the Hall of Fame. My final person for induction into the Hall of Fame is none other than Macho Man Randy Savage. The fact that he is not in the Hall of Fame just it's just unbelievable. It makes no sense. Like, you know, you've got Bret-Hart in the Hall of Fame, we've got Steve Austin in the Hall of Fame, but you've got no Macho Man Randy Savage in the Hall of Fame. Let me tell you what this guy did, yeah? He was arguably the most complete wrestler of the 1980s and the early 1990s. In terms of his look, who do you know that used to come to the ring in those colours? He'd wear pink, he had orange, he had the matching hat, he had the matching vest, he had the matching boots. Tell you what, Macho Man Randy Savage used to wrestle like he was going to a black wedding, right? And if any of you people out there ever been to a black wedding, you know we get it in with the colours. A black wedding looks like Notting Hill Carnival. It could be the coldest day in January, and we will come to your wedding in a fluorescent pink shirt. That's what Macho Man Randy Savage used to do. Secondly, one of the most unique things about Macho Man Randy Savage was his voice. Nobody sounded like him then, nobody sounds like him now. Macho Man Randy Savage had the dopest voice. Even now he's dead. Lastly, why should Macho Man Randy Savage be in the Hall of Fame? When it comes to in-ring storytelling and talent, he was arguably second to none. You don't believe me? What you need to do, go into your big chest of drawers, pull out your VHS, blow some dust off it, and watch his match with Ricky Steamboat, WrestleMania 3. Check that match out, one of the greatest matches of all time. Check out his match with the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 7. That was the best match Ultimate Warrior ever had. And even though Macho Man lost the match, he still left that match looking like a superstar, because that's what he was. He was a superstar. And on that note, I want to say rest in peace, Macho Man. I want to say rest in peace, Miss Elizabeth. Even though you're not in the Hall of Fame right now, you're in the Hall of Fame as far as the fans are concerned. I know I've spoken a lot, but I've got one more thing left to say. Vince McMahon, the owner of the WWE, or formerly WWF. You, my man, you're not representing this right. I speak for millions of wrestling fans worldwide. We need Jake the Snake, Rick Rude, and Macho Man Randy Savage in the Hall of Fame. This is a threat, yeah? I need to go close to the camera. You see me? Yeah? You see me? If you don't put these people in the Hall of Fame, I will not buy WrestleMania next year. That's how serious it is. I will go online, I will get a link, and I will put it on YouTube. I have 1,500 Twitter fans. I will send each and every one of them a link to WrestleMania, and I will take that £15 out your pocket if you don't put them in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what they did. Let bygones be bygones and put these people where they're supposed to be. Because if you don't, I will never watch WrestleMania again. Vince McMahon, I'm talking to you. Don't make me come and see you at your office, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kinetik, and this is Kinetik TV episode 2. Like I said last time, any topics you want to talk about, get in touch with me and we can talk about a few things. I want to thank you for listening to me, and please excuse the mask. I'm going to take this off right now because I can't see. I wear glasses and the whole world is a blur right now. Yeah, I appreciate you tuning in to Kinetik TV. Spread the word, look after yourselves, look after each other, and whenever you're in doubt, put someone in a headlock and DDT them. Peace.